This is my desk setup with all the lights on. And this is how it looks without any lights. Can you spot the difference? Lights, of course. Especially this task light, which I made myself. But it wasn't easy at all. There were plenty of setbacks, light failure, wrong wiring, and uneven lighting. Even after all that, I managed to make it perfect. Almost. In this video, I'm going to take you along the journey of creating the perfect overhead task light for your desk. Watch till the end, there is a lot of experience I want to share. No matter how many decorative pieces or a nice desk you have, a good setup can look dull without the right lighting. But why is that? If you're working in dark, cozy home studio with a little natural light, definitely need some extra illumination to bring the space to life. That's why I needed a functional overhead task light for my desk. It helps me brighten the entire workspace. To make this, I started with a sheet of plywood and 1x1 inch pine wood strips cut to the size for each side. If I had to redo it, I would use the wider strips. Because hiding the LED strip was not easy with 1x1 inch size, I wanted to hide the L-shaped brackets, so I set the plywood on top. They are solid, heavy-duty metal, and I'll put all the product links in the description. After marking where the L bracket would slide in, I used F-clamp to hold pine strip in place. If you do any woodworking, the clamps are super handy. At first, I bought a set of 4 chisels thinking they would be useful, but hand tools require precision and practice. I tried a 25mm chisel, but it wasn't working. To make a cut, I used hand saw. After that, it became easy to use chisel, but the end results were rough edges. That's when I ordered a palm router. Just a tip, palm router is not a toy to play with. It's super fast and a slight mistake could do big damage. In my case, it just did its job right. I paused for the night because the router was pretty loud for my neighbors. Next morning, I used a speed square and F-clamp as a guide for the routers to keep the cuts neat. I learned that trick from YouTube. Once the L bracket fit, I drilled everything into the plywood to get a sense of layout. I tried to join all 4 corners at a 45-degree angle, but since my router bit were not long enough, I used a chisel for the remaining part and sanded to smoothen it. One of the strips was too long, so I trimmed it with a handsaw. A Japanese handsaw is much better option and it comes with double-sided blade with a better grip. It's slightly more expensive but worth it. Before placing the last side, I randomly checked the L bracket fitting and saw that only one was perfect size. The others were slightly longer, so I had to carve out some wood from the other side. After this back and forth, I was too lazy to do another 45 cut for the last and 4th slide. Making a cut with the handsaw is not so easy. Now that I think, Japanese handsaw would have been perfect in this place. In my first attempt, I used the wire hooks to place the LED around the edges. I wanted to check the height and the placement of task light. For that, I installed it on the wall first. I did not have aluminum tape, so I thought of using double-sided tape to paste the aluminum foil for equal reflection. I wish I had a thicker foil paper. To pass the wire, I made a hole on 1x1 strip. I thought everything was going fine until suddenly the LED started working like this. I was not sure if it was because of the holder or the loose connection. With limited time, just 2 to 3 hours per session, this makeover project stretched over months. Last evening, the issue with light was due to loose LED strip connection. For the diffuser, I picked up a nylon sheet from a local shop. Just ask for photography or diffusion sheet or nylon sheet. Attaching it neatly was its own challenge. I tried one way, had to undo it. I unscrewed all the sides and joined the frame with band clamp for secure grip. I laid the fabric on the floor and kept frame on top of it. After that, I wrapped the fabric around the strips. I stapled the fabric covering 3 sides of each pinewood strip. I had to screw all the 4 sides because the band clamp was slipping when I was putting force. I stapled all the remaining sides around the edge. I think this method was the best solution to wrap the fabric around the frame. Tightening the fabric removed any wrinkle and gave me a smooth look. When the last screw was in, I was ready to celebrate. Until I realized I had drilled the wrong hole on the wrong side for the wiring. After fixing the wire, I placed the task light and the first thing I noticed was this big black spot, which was the adapter of LED. To get rid of it, I took off the light and for some reason I thought to replace 3 meter LED strip with 2 meter. But it ended up looking another fault. So I had to fix that again. While I was fixing this uneven spot, I thought, what is the best way to make it look like buttery smooth and have even light throughout? Eventually I figured out best way would be to create a gap between the light and the fabric. But for now, I think this is not that bad. After all those trials and error, I started to wonder if I could turn this into an actual product. What do you guys think? Comment below. A viewer recently asked me if there is a similar product on market. I did some research and found options from IKEA, Janssen Lights in Delhi. In the most light shops, the grid panel are common. You will find similar task lights designed for offices, so they're not hard to spot. I'll drop the links in the description. Just remember to choose the right Kelvin value for your space. If you could find a 3-in-1 warm, neutral and daylight, it will be a great option. Mine is a cozy 2700 Kelvin warm light for desk work, but I adjust my camera's white balance as needed. If I have to give you a conclusion from this project, you don't need to buy so many things. This can be done easily with a very few tools. You don't need to buy the palm router, you don't need to buy the chisels. It's better to buy a Japanese handsaw. It's slightly expensive, comes for 450 rupees and it's worth it. I think you should use a wider strip for the LED. 2 to 2.5 inch would be better. Another issue I faced that you cannot cut this LED at any point. It is meant to cut at 1 meter only. To avoid that problem, you can prefer to buy the other LEDs which can be cut from any point. To paste the LED, it is better to buy a stronger double-sided tape. If you have any questions, you can comment down and I'll try to reply them.